Pull up media. Every time.
Salutations
and Feliz Navidad.
Welcome to
Pull Up.
Podcast.
I'm your host, Drake Melhot. This is
Scotty.
Dustin.
gosh.
We got to work on that.
Yeah,
we got
dude.
to have a meeting.
You would think after the 40th episode we would have it a little bit smoother.
You would think.
You would think, dude.
We don't rehearse it. We don't practice.
You know what also too, what I appreciate about us being like a little bit more loosey-goosey, but still structured, is who in the heck watches the news for the entertainment besides the negative stuff that's on there? And it's like, same with business owners. I think you don't have to function a certain way and be all professional and stuff. I think people can really relate to us because how goofy we are. And I want to be transparent with that and let people know it's okay to be messed up a little bit.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why I picked y'all two as my co-hosts. Let's move on into the show.
So much. I'm here court order.
Court order. This is a community service.
service.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Shouldn't have been riding your little scooter on the sidewalk.
And
Just
Jake
pull
walking.
over.
Caught me.
He spit on a police officer horse.
Yes, I
And-
did, but I licked it off.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay.
So
We're going to move right past that. We're going
You
to
hot to it? Oh, I'm sorry.
hop to it.
Yeah.
I hop to it on that
horse.
horse.
Okay. All right.
we
Sponsors.
want to thank our followers, our supporters. There's people here that are here every week. We gain new ones, but we're very excited to keep this puppy rolling. We had great guests on last week. We appreciate them. They share with us through their hard times, through their success, and we're going to keep it on moving because we got a special guest here today. But thank you so much to our sponsors, Lisa Narin, a.k.a.
Mom Money.
Thank you, US 19 Glue Factory, where quality sticks. Together Forward, where if you're in the negative,
She'll bring you to the positive, baby.
yes, sir. Annette Blankenship, thank you so much. We changed our studios. Y'all can't see it. Man, look at that light right
That's
there.
so
I'm going to
clean.
adjust
We
that.
got to work on it. The glare.
The glare.
All we
but
do
it's
is drop
clean.
those lights down. But yes, thank you so much, Together Forward, for offering this space to us. And it's an inconvenience to her life. And so that's huge for us. But she supports our dream just like you support our dream. So look, don't let Annette Blankenship down. Share this podcast.
Please share it. Like, share, please.
Thank you, Monica May Photography, who has nothing to do with the photography here. She did shoot our profile picture, so thank you so
Yes, you
much,
did.
Monica.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you, Wild Paradise Apparel, for hooking us up with the cups. Hey,
Cups.
they don't have a minimum. If you need some orders of shirts and you need it on the rush, I don't know how fast they can get to you, but I'm going to say they're fast.
We can get it to you pretty quick. Check out this cup.
You got that? What is that cup? What's it say?
That's our guest nonprofit.
Okay, we'll make sure we plug that. What's the name of the guest?
24 reasons.
24 reasons.
Yeah.
We got to make sure
Was
everybody.
he supposed to announce that or you?
Well,
That's
it's
cool.
too late now.
It's too
Sorry.
late.
Yeah, we'll let him plug it.
Yeah.
We'll cut it out.
Cut it out.
Okay.
Please message us to find out more about our sponsor packages. We appreciate y'all so much. But now it's time for
Scotty's Name the Day.
You don't touch my mic.
Sorry,
Stop touching
dude.
Scotty's mic. Damn.
I know it.
Unbelievable.
Hold on.
What do you got for us, Scotty? What'd you name today?
Oh, it's upside down. Scotty, don't touch the mic. Now we're going to change it to Drake, don't touch the mic. Well, I named it. Oh my gosh. I did. Why not? It's patience, but it's collar my dog. That's how I would have said it.
Call him a dog?
Collar.
Collar.
I would have said collar my dog, but I had to put it patience because you wouldn't have known what I meant.
Okay.
What does that mean to you, Dustin?
Ooh, patience is so hard for me. Anyway, I am, especially when I feel like things should be moving faster than they should. I am very impatient. I need to be more patient. I don't have road rage, though. I'm patient in traffic. What's it mean to you?
First off, Scotty used to. He's doing really good with road rage.
Great job, Scotty.
What's patient mean to me? So, I had a pretty hard day today, and I feel like I handled it the best I could have ever handled it. Because if you talked to me 3 months ago, I would have never handled it. That we went through some tough times, and I was super stressed out about things and projects going on, and I just prayed about it. I just threw my hands up. I feel like we try to halter all this stuff when we're moving forward for so long, and then finally it's just like, God, I can't do this no more. Please take this off my back. And when that happened, he just said, Drake, don't worry, it'll be okay. And I've had major event after major event happen, and guess what? Everything's working out. Maybe a little bit of humility there, and people worried about what people think if I fail and stuff like that pops into my head. But at the end of the day, who cares what people think? Who cares what people have to say about you?
Yep.
You don't even have to respond. Collar that dog. Sit still. You don't have to move on everything. Every action of some other person doesn't require a reaction.
Yep.
Collar the dog, sit still, everything will be fine. That's what it means to me.
Oh, that's cool. I was doing
what was it? You're at the Humane Society.
No,
What?
I was at doing cap cut, trying to put use a green screen and put the stuff, make the green screen into what I wanted it to.
Okay.
It's kind of hard when you don't have directions.
It is.
Chat GPT tried to help me out, but I was calling Chat GPT stupid. I was about to hit, 3 or 4 times I could have hit the monitor. And then I had pork chops cooking, and they got a little overdone. And I had a knife in my hand. I was fixing to stab them all. So I said, whoa, where's this coming from? I don't know where it came from. It just appeared again. Man. So I had to stop right there. And I said, I need to be patient with myself here. So I collared my dog and got right back to where I am.
Yeah. Why do we have to get all upset?
Yep. Easier said than done.
It is. But, you fight it. I have to fight it.
It's hard sometimes.
Me too. I do too.
I know you have to fight it.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever collared your dog more than once in a day?
Yeah.
Just curious.
Couple times.
I
work with family.
That's tough.
Thank you, Mom Money. But great one. Am I good to move?
Yeah,
I'm always scared.
Move on.
Again, thank you. Let's address the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lisa Narin, Christiana Cleveland. Who is that? Rosemary Nichols.
That's your cousin.
Sometimes God allows us to be in a position that we must be patient.
So
we have to slow down and rely on him. Amen. Dustin's very calm in traffic. Me in the passenger seat, might not. 19 is crazy. Cindy Marie, thank you for tuning in. She also said, y'all crack me up every week.
Yep. And tag y'all's businesses.
Tag y'all's businesses. Please like and share. Please invite your friends. So let's move into it.
Let me ask y'all something. What do y'all know about today's guest?
Well, first, before we bring on today's guest, in light of today's guest, I have a dribble off.
Okay.
And everybody can vote to see who dribbled better. Or maybe Trey should decide who dribbled better.
Can we
Well,
do it
you
at the
just
end
said
in
who
case
the
we're not-
guest was. Of course, we announced that.
No, who's up first? You're up first, Dustin.
Doing what? A dribble off?
Yeah,
right?
just show
Yeah,
me
dude.
some dribble skills, dude. Do I need to point the camera
I've known
down?
Trey for,
Yeah.
I think it was 2016, Trey, 2017, maybe.
Can they see you?
Dustin, your butt's eating your shorts.
Is it? Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
okay,
no.
let's go.
They didn't think I had it in me.
Okay, Scotty, you're next. What are you doing, dude?
Nothing that good. I've always tried to do. If I try that, we'd lose our.
First of all, Scotty's basketball shoes are sponsored by Nike. I'm going to turn these down a little bit. Okay, show us what you got, Scotty. Show us what you got.
I don't have anything.
Come on, dude.
Look at him, cowboy
I
boots.
don't know. Listen, I can
Your pick
walk it
last.
out,
Oh, okay.
okay.
and then I can't do that.
Wow. Okay, cool. Okay,
That was
cool.
impressive.
I'm ready.
But I can pass it behind the
I need a little bit of room for my move.
All right, Drake.
Get a little bit of room.
Let me get out the way.
Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Okay, look.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, dang.
You've been practicing that.
Steph Curry.
Dude gets,
If I didn't win,
Damn.
I'm done
That
with y'all.
was
Okay,
good.
I gotta fix the
dude gets a
camera.
YMCA
Hey,
membership.
I
and
like
comes in here
Dustin's
that.
better,
What
but
do y'all
yours
know
was
about
cool.
today's guest?
Oh, man. Damn, do we have a guest today? I'm out of breath.
Front of people.
Here, Scotty. I'll let y'all tell me what y'all know about him.
I know he was an NCAA player, which is super cool. I think he played at Louisville.
No.
Dang. Okay. Ball State.
Yeah.
All State.
Dang. Okay. Now I'm judging him a little bit.
Okay. I know nothing about him except for what I see, right?
Yep.
Okay. What I saw is he's not only on the court doing good, he's off the court doing good. And I think you even wrote about that in your little announcement of him. But I always check our guests out. I go to the Facebook page
creepy.
and I look and I check them out. But he's helping other people grow and helping other people get what they need.
Yep.
So that's
Being
what I know.
transparent
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. So that's what I saw.
And one more thing too, like I think he understands with big clout comes big responsibilities, and he ain't just wasting that away. And he's
No doubt.
wanting to help people.
Yep.
Dustin, what do you know about it?
Dang. And Trey is another one of them that is Instagram verified before you could pay to be Instagram verified.
That's awesome.
Congrats.
2 of them. We've had 2.
We've had
of them
2.
so
You're number
far.
2.
Yeah, that's cool.
What do I know about Trey? I met Trey in 2016. He went to Ball State. I lived in Indiana at the time. And damn, for a 26-year-old kid, lived an amazing life. Great parents, divorced. The most amazing divorced parenting I've ever seen, by the way, Shelly and Alex. But he's got a sad story. He's got a happy story. He's helped a lot of people. He's had to take some help. You want me to introduce him?
Yeah.
All right. Come on. Oh, how should I do this? Ladies and gentlemen, standing 6'10", the pride of Eastern High School from Louisville, Kentucky, number 24, Trey Moses. Trey. Damn. Holy
He wasn't
Dang.
ready. Trey,
Dustin. You did good.
Dang, dude. What's that guy, the Ready to Rumble guy? He ain't
Yeah,
got nothing on you.
nothing. You can
Sure
go
don't.
at it.
We're
You
sorry,
can go
Trey.
at it.
We're sorry.
Damn.
Trey, so tell us a little bit about. Wait a minute. First off, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into the rating of dribbling. But Trey, tell us who you are and kind of what you do, buddy.
Yeah, so I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. Do you want me to go into my story now, or do you want me to?
We'll wait for that. We'll get a little deeper. Just a quick, like, who you are and what you did. Where'd you play at? What position you played at. Just a little quick, brief story.
And still,
Yeah, so I went to Ball State University, spent all 4 years there, studied child development. I left 1,000-point scorer, second in blocks, second all time in assists by non-guard, top 5 rebounds, top 5 field goal percentage, and played the most games in Ball State history. And then I just finished my 5th year professionally. So I'm kind of just waiting to see where I go to next.
That's awesome, dude. I had a best friend that played in Greece professionally. So you are the second person I've met that's played professionally, besides playing with this Golden State Warrior guy. But that's cool. And so big in defense, I'm hearing. So that tells me you hustled hard.
he's a hustler. Dog.
1,000 points.
Yep. Rebounds.
And you said most games started in history, or most games in history
Played
in
Most games played, yes, sir.
Okay.
Which, by the way, Ball State, they already know they got to retire that jersey. Right up there with Bonzi Wells, dog. They
Trey,
got to retire it.
Trey, what position do you play?
I mainly play 5, but there's been stretches where I've played the 4 as well.
Trey, can you tell everybody on the people that are watching might not know what a 4 and 5 are? Is that a small forward, power forward?
So
Power
5
forward and
is
center.
power forward and center. Thank you, Scotty. That
You are.
I'm glad you're informed, and the other 2 aren't. But
I played in
Damn.
Marion County, and I was the smallest center ever. I was 5'4", and it's only because I'd put my butt on their knees and box them out. They weren't ready for it. They'd either hyperextend their knees or they would move out the way. I'm kidding, but Trey, who won the dribble off out of all of us 3? And if you pick Dustin, I know this is biased. Go ahead.
well, I'm just gonna say, Scotty, I love the effort. I think you look the best doing it. Dustin, I can't spin a ball on my finger, but you're also the first person I've seen spin it on their thumb.
Thank you. Damn, he caught me.
And then Drake, I think you won it with just pure skill.
Thank you, dude. It was a rhetorical question, and I appreciate you being nice to these others. Too, buddy.
Trey, he's been practicing that for 2 weeks. Knowing he was coming on. He hired a coach.
I hired LeBron's old coach to help me do that. But Trey, tell me a little bit about your story and like some of the struggles that you went through when you were going through this career, because I imagine there's a lot of pressure. Like you athletes go through so much pressure, and we're just curious about that. What did you go through?
What do you think, Trey? You want to start from high school? Is that where you're starting, or Ball State, or?
Probably start middle school in terms of my mental health story. But when I was in 7th grade, that was the first time I ever had thoughts of like not wanting to be alive. And then it continued on to high school where I dealt with self-harm. And then my freshman year of college, we had a counselor from the counseling center come, as athletes, especially like fall athletes, we have to be on campus during the summer. So we were there both summer sessions. But my first week, we had someone from the counseling center come in, give us a questionnaire. I filled it out, not really expecting much to come back from it. And the next week she came back, and that was my first taste of going through counseling. That same year, I was diagnosed as having depression and anxiety. I was hospitalized twice for just not feeling safe. My sophomore year, I actually tried to take my life. And then my junior year, so my sophomore year, Zach Hollywood was one of my teammates, but he was redshirting that year, so we didn't get to play together. So Zach and I had was one of my best friends and brothers. Like his first weekend on campus, he came back back to Louisville with me, and I run camps for kids with disabilities, and so Zach had the same passion. He came back with me and helped out with camp. So going into my junior year, his redshirt freshman year, like we were both excited to be able to play with each other. My birthday's August 21st, so I just had some people over, teammates, friends, and then he left about 12:30 that night. I went to bed shortly after. He gave me a hug, said, "Bye, I love you." The next day was our like second or third day of classes. I woke up running a bit late, but I woke up to 4 missed calls and 2 voice messages from Zach. Not really thinking much of it. We had our first team meeting that day at 1. So I knew I had 2 classes before and just was going to be able to chill a little bit before. But I was texting him throughout. About 12:15, I'm walking to Worthen Arena. I ran into our teammate and his roommate, Kyle Mallers. I asked him, had he talked to Zach at all? He said no. I said, do you care to take me back to your all's place and just make sure he's good? We walked in and I went into his room and he had taken his life. So that was really hard for me. Like the last 2 times I like saw my best friend were after he took his life in a pretty graphic way and in a casket. And it was, I mean, it was tough for me. Like obviously it's tough for everyone, but like having to, touch the body of a friend that I knew was not here anymore and check his pulse. And I'm being forced to. I know he's not alive anymore, but the people on the, I don't know what they're called for when you call 911, but they're operators or whatever. But they're just telling me, check his pulse, see if he's, still breathing and stuff, and knowing he's not, like he was just super cold. And that's just all stuff that like I've dealt with and will forever deal with in that sense. So that was super tough. But moving forward, Drake, you had talked about God a little bit, but I got baptized that December. We had a lot of people reaching out to us all over the world, especially all over the country, just trying to give support and things like that. And for some reason, I had multiple ministries reach out, but for some reason, this girl asked me if I would meet with her guy, and I met with him, and he became one of my best friends. Christopher Glotzback, means the world to me. We've had a great relationship ever since that first meeting. He's helped me a lot. And then in 2019, I got to speak to coaches about mental health at the Final Four, which was an amazing opportunity. We had about 80 coaches there. And one of the coaches actually recruited Zach at Youngstown State. So that was a pretty cool experience to be able to meet and talk to someone else in that atmosphere that kind of knew Zach and had a good relationship with Zach. In 2019, I also started 24 Reasons, but we weren't nonprofit at the time. We actually became nonprofit this year. In 2020, I spoke with the Kennedy Foundation at the All-Star Game.
The NBA All-Star Game.
Yep, the NBA All-Star Game in Chicago. And then I also was awarded the Inspiration Award from the NCAA as well, the 2020 NCAA Inspiration Award. So, that's kind of my story, a little bit summed up. I know it's kind of quick, but that's just kind of my story.
We got questions,
I got some
right?
good questions, right? So, when I was younger, maybe I would go, and maybe I just don't know that maybe I have some similar things, but sometimes I would just feel real down on myself. And I even posted a video not too long ago. It's maybe last year sometimes. I posted a video that, I was just super upset and I just want to be transparent that people I know what I'm going through and this is just a moment and I'll get through it. I just got to know that I will get through it. And so just feeling super down. But I found my brother. Well, I didn't find my brother. They called me and they gave me a call and they called my mom and my mom was crying and my dad, and I'll never forget it. Like, you don't forget things like that. You don't forget what you were doing.
you don't forget where you were at. And like, we're walking through the house, and all of a sudden it's like, we got to go to Brandon's house. He lived in an apartment down the road. We go down the road. We can't go in his apartment. And the police officer like just tells my mother, as soon as he said, ma'am, I don't know how to tell you this, like she just collapsed. And so, you're just watching your mom collapse, and they roll your brother out on a stretcher. And like, again, just super cold. You knew he wasn't there, and like, you didn't need to check his pulse because you knew what was going on. And, when you go through those things, it's hard. And the fact that you can talk about it is hard, because I didn't talk about it for years, and I just kind of tucked it away. So it's just super huge, but you don't forget things like that. And like, it's killer, man. And it's like small businesses, I feel like, can relate to this so much because we've all been through so much, and you got the pressure of performing and stuff like that while you're battling internally. So yeah, man. So like, what was that like that was it hard for you to do your first live speaking to talk about this?
So before I get to that, I'll kind of speak on my junior year after Zach. So we basically had about 2 weeks off. After that, obviously it's tough, but then obviously again, that happened August 22nd, and our first game was probably early October. So it's like, as much as it sucked what we were going through as a team, like I'll never forget it happened. I remember the police officer calling our coach, and Coach Witt just screams "what" as loud as he can. And I'm texting our director of basketball operations, our assistant coach, like, "Hey, like we won't be at the meeting. Like, please understand." I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know. So eventually, I just handed it over to the police officer, which he was phenomenal. I give him a lot of credit for everything. And then me and Kyle go back to the interrogation rooms. He takes my phone to listen to the voice messages. He comes back and just was like, because I hadn't listened to him, he just came back and was just like, I just want you to know, like, Zach loved you so much, and he just wants to see you achieve all your dreams and all your goals and everything that you want to do in life. And from that moment, we then go back to the team where they have 4 or 5 grief counselors, and we just sat and hugged each other as a team for what seemed like forever. And so we got about a week and a half, 2 weeks off, but then it's knowing that we got to get back into the season. Like, it is, as much as it sucked, like we had to get back to work. I'll never forget, we played at Dayton our first game. And as the national anthem's going, like, I just remember like tears rolling down my face. Like, you'll just never forget it. We lost on the game winner, which sucked, but I was also coming back from injury. I think I had pulled my hamstring that year, so I was out about 6 weeks. So that was my first real kind of game. I was still on minute restrictions and things like that, but I'll never forget it. And then that same year, like we were projected to be like really good. We should have been really good. We didn't have the year we wanted to, but we also went through so much as a team that year. But that same year, we traveled like 9,000 miles in 2 weeks. I think at one point we flew to Oklahoma to play Trey Young, flew back, flew to Oregon, played Peyton
I remember
Pritchard.
that ugly ass court. I'll be right back.
Oregon?
Yeah, played.
Yeah, you play Trey Young. Do you know Trey Young?
No.
Trey Young plays for the Hawks, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but he played for Oklahoma.
He played for Oklahoma, and he started for the Hawks.
I only know the Troys and Treys on Call of Duty. Cheaters.
Okay.
They cheaters. Okay.
Sorry.
But everybody knows the Troys and Treys. They cheat. Okay.
We went from Oklahoma back to Muncie, Muncie to Oregon, Oregon to Bucknell, and at that point we went 0-3. So we were pretty bummed, and then we went from Bucknell to Notre Dame, and we felt like on this trip our goal is to go 2-2, and at the time we were 0-3. Obviously things aren't going well. We go to Notre Dame, who's number 9 in the country at the time.
Watch that shit live on ESPN, baby. No, this was in 2017.
Yeah.
They went to number 9 Notre Dame. Sorry,
What
Trey.
happened? What happened, Trey, with that game?
So For me personally, I had 9 points, went 3 for 3 from the field, 3 for 3 from the line. We beat Notre Dame on a game winner from my teammate Taylor Persons, but I'll never forget, like, I come out and Zach's aunt is there. It was so last minute for her coming to the game, and I remember us just both sitting there crying after the game. It was like one of my first time seeing her since the funeral. But Zach's aunt was like, her name's Julie, but Julie was like a second mom to Zach. And for me, that just was like everything that like we could have lost every other game that year, but that game will forever have like a place in my heart, not only from just beating the best, one of the top 10 teams in the country, but just from the meaningful aspect of like Zach's aunt being there and us having the moment we had, um, like I'll just never forget. So I don't even know what your question was, but I think just for me, like you talked about my first time speaking, but I've always been like super open about like the things that I've gone through.
Why?
So I
Yeah,
think
why?
for me, it's just always like I've had a platform for like quite some time now. Since basically my senior year in high school, I've had at least like 7 or 8,000 followers on Twitter. Instagram blew up a little later, but
It ain't
so
none. Yeah.
so for me, like Twitter's where I kind of spoke about mental health, tried to raise awareness, tried to like allow other people not to feel like alone in a sense. And so for me, when I first spoke about my story and the things I went through, it was on Twitter. And then I got connected with the Indie Star, and that was the first time for me where I had written my story, like pen to paper, had it edited, put it out, and words from my words, not from being interviewed, not from a podcast, not from anything else other than just me taking the time out to write my story out. And so I felt
Did that
like,
help you out to write this story out like that instead of getting interviewed?
I think it was a lot better. I love doing interviews. I love doing podcasts. Like, and I tell everyone that has me on, like, don't tell me the questions before because I don't like to have to prepare myself. Like, I like to just be put on the spot. But for me, I think it was a lot better in the sense of like I have it on my pinned tweet, but it was like for the first time ever, like here, this is my story. Like this is what I've gone through. This is everything that and this is the reason I'm speaking on it because I want to help other people. I want other people to not feel like they're alone. I want other people to feel like even in their worst moments, like they can get through whatever they're going through. And so that's where I felt like this was a more impactful way for me to get it out there was to finally put like pen to paper and just tell my story from my point of view without having to be asked questions or anything like that.
Did you deal with any backlash from
Well,
that? Because you're a 6'10", great athlete. Your home environment, you have the most amazing parents, which great family. Y'all never really hurt for money. Did you receive any backlash? Like, man, this guy's maybe being too soft, or was it all pretty positive?
I feel like for the most part, everything was pretty positive. I think, like when I first started 24 Reasons, I think some people like had some issues with it in terms of like, where's the money going to? This doesn't even make sense to do it. But I think like since then, like we've really fine-tuned what we're trying to do with 24 Reasons, and obviously we became nonprofit this year. But I think for us, like the main goal is just to end the stigma around mental health. And so I don't really understand. I never really understood why there's backlash from that. Um, but I think for me, like this isn't about Zach. This isn't about me. Like what I'm trying to do is just bigger than the both of us. Like I don't even like I don't want to gain anything from this. I don't want to gain money. I don't want to gain followers. I don't want to gain any notoriety or anything. Like I just want this to be bigger and for people to feel like they are bigger than whatever they're going through. And for me, like that's just always been what I've strived to do with public speaking, with putting my story out, with 24 Reasons. Like I just want people to feel like they matter in a sense and are trying to life's hard. Everyone goes through shit, but I think I just want people, no matter what they go through, to understand that they can get through it.
Before we ask the next question, it's like, you're going through hell. Don't pull over. Keep going. Don't stop. And I feel we can get through this. God's got us. That's Scotty's word of the day. It's kind of like be patient. So yeah, Trey, you have a huge responsibility because you have such a big voice, and I think you're doing the right thing with it, man. And like a lot of people depend on you, man. You're saving a lot of lives out here, and it's just crucial that you don't stop. And I think that too. Like Moses, freed the people and the slaves back in the day, in the book of the Bible. It's like, what do you think? What do you think Moses thinking, dude? And now I'm just I didn't even
Dustin
think
shaking
about
his
his
head. He
name
don't
being
know
Moses,
shit.
but
Yeah, you just got
Moses
simple.
freed
Yeah.
the people, dude. And what do you think he was thinking back in the day? So, dude,
I
I didn't
just
even
got-
put two and two together, by the way. I did not think of you being Moses and, your last name, but I mean, there's a connection there.
I just got one more quick story. So probably about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago, like I was just really going through it. I went to the walking bridge, not really knowing. I've only told
Damn.
this story to probably 3 or 4
I didn't know you were
people.
telling this.
And
Pay attention. This is a story to hear, y'all. All right, Trey. Sorry, I'm excited
and
and sad.
yeah, so I went to the walking bridge with like thoughts of not like wanting to continue. So which was really tough for me. Like I just felt like this was in a sense the best way to go out. So I sat there for probably like an hour and a half. Probably the last 45 minutes, I'm like the whole time I'm just crying. 45 minutes, just apologizing to Zach, wishing I would have been there, could have been there. And then randomly I just started praying and I said, God, if this is what I'm not supposed to do, like, please give me a sign. And, I kept checking my phone, hoping Dustin was going to call, hoping other people were going to reach out, hoping just something was going to come from it. And then randomly this couple walks by and the girl says, "Are you okay?" And I just like look up and just start crying even more. Um, and I was just like, "Yeah, like I'm fine." And she was just like, "Do you care if I pray for you?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And so for me, I think it was just crazy that the fact that like I just sat there and prayed for God to give me a sign to keep going and then to have someone like because this is you guys obviously don't know the walking bridge, but probably 100 to 200 people passed me that night, just walking by, running by with their kids, with riding bikes, whatever it is. Like over 200 people walked past me that night, and the fact that two people and the girl said, we walked past a couple times, but I just felt this intuition from God to ask you if you're okay, and I think that was just so powerful and just something for me that like I'll never forget. And I think that was just as tough as things get. Like that was like the sign I needed that I am on the right path and the right direction of everything I'm trying to do, or even when I feel like things aren't going as well or things I'm not doing as good of a job as I want to be doing. Like that was like the sign that I needed that God does hear me because out of all the places I could have been or the things I could have done or whatever, like God put that person in my life to just simply ask me that question. Can I pray for you?
That's huge. And before we asked, we had a chat question. So I was going to ask, do you think that I was going to say, do you think, but do you know that Zach? I wanted to change it to you. Do you know that Zach's proud of you? Do you know that like you're carrying out? There's Zachs all over there around the world, and like you are there for Zach because Zach could be anybody, and
Mhm.
yeah, that's huge. That's huge of what you're doing. Again, you could be doing anything in the world, man. You could be clout chasing and no problem, I'm sure, with your following already. But the fact that you are doing that's huge, man. So we appreciate that. Pull Up Media asks, what exactly is 24 Reasons and how does it work towards helping others with their struggles?
Yeah, so again, we started in 2019 with no real goal in mind. I just wanted to create something that was bigger than the both of us. And then I ran into, I was actually about to give up last year. Um, it, I had no goals, no plans, no anything. So I just was about to say, forget it. And then I ran into a guy named Vince Kane who started a nonprofit to help nonprofits get started, and that was everything I needed. So we tried last year, filed for the wrong thing, became nonprofit this year. And then we had our celebrity basketball game June 22nd, and that was like phenomenal. We had over 500 people show up to our first one. And so we're looking forward to next year as well, but going to do some smaller things in between. But to answer your question, like we really want to get into the school systems to create a curriculum to teach middle school, high school kids about what the different things they could be going through or may go through. Because for me, I went from 7th grade to my freshman year of college not knowing what depression, anxiety was. All I knew was what I was feeling at the time. And obviously, mental health is becoming something that's more known. But at the same time, like understanding the difference between like just being sad and being depressed or just feeling nervous and feeling anxious. Like, I think these are all things that like kids, young teens, young adults like need to know. So that's one of our main goals, which probably won't happen this year. We're hoping kind of for next year. Um, but we're super excited. So for us, we're just wanting to basically just be an outlet, be a platform, be something for people to be able to get through in whatever they're going through in life, whether it's mental health, whether it's losing someone to death or anything. Like we just want to um, basically just as cliche as it is, just be there for everyone. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, Trey. So what?
So you said you want to get into schools and talk to them. What do you need? So if I set up some schools down here for you to come and
Oh, Trey comes down.
okay,
Trey
so
visits.
if I can set up some schools down here for you to come and talk to, would that be something you'd be interested in?
But he's leaving.
We'll get into that. But
I got a
hey,
question.
wait, one more thing before Scotty
Raise your
gets
hand,
on with
Scotty.
the Call
You know
of Duty
Trey
questions.
is a childhood education major.
No, I didn't.
Raise
Well,
your
we
hand.
got some childhood
That's-
trauma to my right here, and your
What's your
left.
question?
Lord, my question is,
I'm pissed.
how long you known old Dustin, and was he cute when he was little when you knew him, or is he cuter now?
I've known Dustin since 2016. I don't think anything has changed with Dustin. To be completely honest with you, I think he still looks like a grown-up Caillou. But
See,
but
I wasn't gonna say no. I wasn't gonna say nothing about the glow stick around your neck, but now I am.
I was going to ask.
That Dollar Tree glow stick.
Hey, this is a TBT jacket. What do you mean?
Oh, you was in the TBT too.
How cold is it in that room that you're in? That's going to be my next question.
Well,
But
he's in
We
Louisville.
in Florida.
it's not cold there.
No, not
Hey,
right
so
now.
Trey, so what do y'all need? Like, what do y'all need? Is there a dollar amount y'all need to do something? It's like, what are y'all looking for? What's the next step here, and how can we help?
Oh man, that's such a good question. We actually haven't even been able to debrief from our last event. We've had people on vacation and things like that. I was coaching Australian girls high school AAU basketball. So I was with them for 3 weeks. We actually haven't even been able to meet. So, as of right now, like we don't really have a dollar amount that we're trying to reach. I think just anything helps at this point, like with our goals and with the things that we're trying to do. I don't think that we're ever going to be a nonprofit that's going to say like, "Hey, we're trying to reach $10,000, $100,000, 50,000, like whatever." I don't want to run something like that. Like I want to run something that isn't just based on money goals. Like obviously you need money to be able to attain things and do things that you want to do, but I don't want to be money based. I want to be, if people donate, people donate. If we raise money, we raise money. If we have 500 people next year at our event, then we only have 500 again. But I just want to be able to make an impact in the community that I care about in terms of Louisville and then also in the world, um, with my story and the things that we're going through.
He keeps saying Louisville. So
Louisville.
he did.
Is it Louisville or
I
Louisville?
have no idea, but is that
It's-
not where
It's
he
Louisville.
played? He played at Ball State. You live in Louisville now?
No, he was recruited and got paid. They paid for his school. But where's Ball State?
Wait a
Trey?
minute. What about Louisville though? Where is Louisville? That's where
Louisville, Kentucky.
I know that's where you're from.
They can.
That's where they made the baseball.
Oh, I
And lives.
played a girl at
Yeah,
LA Fitness
Louisville's
that was the starting point guard for Louisville,
He knows it.
and she was so.
What's her name?
I'll find her name. She was a short point guard. She could get off a three so fast. I'm like 5'11", and she could get that thing off fast.
Louisville women's-
She crossed me up a couple of times. It was super embarrassing, but she was a baller, little girl. I'll look up her.
Yeah, you have to find out her name.
She lives down here in Clearwater.
And Trey, not the big shot you hear, but Drake, you'll appreciate this. Drake and Mike Perry used to spar. Drake was a
Yes,
UFC.
and Alex Nicholson.
He's got a lot of UFC stories you'd probably enjoy.
Yeah, their girlfriends beat me up. Not just them. Their girlfriends.
Oh,
really
what
good.
was her name?
Hannah Goldie?
Hannah
Hannah Goldie that fought in the right under Conor McGregor fought on the same card. Hannah fought. What's the Molly Meatball?
Yeah.
She
Which
bought
just
Molly
lost.
Meatball and destroyed. I mean, shout out to her, but dang, just destroyed her. She made more off of selling her. I ain't gonna say all that. Anyways, let's not get into that.
Okay, so Trey, if he can get something set up late August, would you come down?
Yeah, I'm down. We were talking about coming to Florida in August anyway.
Okay, and so I can line up 5 high schools for you to come speak at. I don't know if I can do that, but I think I can do that, and I'm a great salesman.
Yep, that works.
Okay, cool.
Or could we do a camp? That's a 1-day camp on the weekends at the Holiday Rec Center.
Yeah, we probably
And he could raise some money for it.
Why don't we plan this?
Yeah, we got to
We'll
plan.
We'll plan it off the screen.
They're sitting here putting us through a strategy
I got
session.
a huge
See how
networking
business
event.
owners
Yeah, I'm
they
ready to go. Trey.
strategizing
Always.
already.
Whatever we can do to help,
Yeah.
I can only do so much for I stress myself out, but I really want to whatever this cause is, because again, when I was younger, I feel like I had the same thoughts, man, and I felt so alone. I didn't know what I was going through, and I'm just trying to be there for my kids and my son in case he goes through the same thing. So,
And I know something for being a parent. Okay, we go through a lot too, thinking and just stuff through life. But we don't realize our kids got their problems are just as big as ours.
yes.
Mhm.
And so our problems seem to take center stage over our kids. So
In all reality, we don't really have problems. I don't. They're
No.
minuscule, but
it still hits.
it's
here.
in my head. It's a big problem. But
That's the big problem you had.
yeah.
do
So
you think,
I will try to set some stuff up. I'm gonna go sell these people at the school,
Yeah.
the guidance counselors. I know Mitchell High School down here. I'm gonna try to get some bigger schools though, in Tampa.
That'd be awesome. The QR code in the top right will take you to 24 Reasons. You can read so much more about it. Trey, I want to ask you. You are number 24. You played 5 seasons overseas now in multiple countries. It's crazy. Just came from Australia, Portugal. What was that bullshit country you played in that one time? Bolivia,
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. But so you wore 20.
got us canceled in Bulgaria.
You've been 24 since Ball State. Why number 24?
I don't know even how I forgot to mention that. So I was 41 before everything with Zach happened, and Zach was 24. And then I had asked permission from Zach's dad to wear the number 24 for the rest of my college career, which was 2 years. And then we all got ZH, like a little patch on our jerseys as well. I just felt like it was important to me to try to carry that legacy as well. And so I thought it was, just something that I felt like was important for me. So I will forever try to wear 24 when and if I can. My second year or my first year in Portugal, my second year as a pro, one of their guys was already wearing 24, one of their young guys, and I guess they read my story or whatever, and so
Damn.
fourth day of practice, we took a picture and he gave me the number 24 to wear that
That's
year.
cool.
So
Now, does your agent, when he's looking for teams for you, is he looking at that? Is he mentioning that?
Mentioning that I need to wear the number 24.
Which I don't know anyone with an agent but you, which is cool. But like that you're going to need 24.
No, I don't think it's something that he's mentioned because like my time in Australia, I wore number 3. They didn't even have a 24 jersey, and I think they use the same jerseys every year. Um, so it's obviously something that's important, but it's not something that like makes or breaks whether I go to a team or not.
Okay. I got a couple more. You want me to go?
I do have a question. Do you know that Steve Nash is the greatest basketball player of all time?
If you were to say from Canada, I would give you that, but I can't let you.
So
He's I mean, the best player of all time is LeBron James.
please don't start this.
Trey, I love you already, but no.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Go ahead.
Let me say something too. I believe he is one of the
He's
best
good.
individual basketball players of all time. But it's a team sport, and why can he not get his chemistry down with his teammates? Sorry, that's a whole nother topic for a whole
Damn.
other story.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Alignment. That's
I do
alignment.
love LeBron.
That's alignment for
Well,
alignment
Scotty,
episodes.
He's talking to you.
you would have been the best point guard in the 80s if you were playing with Michael Jordan. I'm just going to say that now.
100%.
Oh,
Really?
Because the
Steve
skills
Kerr.
are upper now. Yeah, I do agree with that. The
Okay.
game's done changed. Agreed. But Steve Nash was the slowest, the smallest, the whateverest, but just succeeded. That's why his heart. That's why it really something. But LeBron James,
I love Steve Nash.
Michael Jordan, great basketball players. Man, I like.
The crazy thing, if you take LeBron and Steve Nash out of their championships together, it doesn't equal MJ.
Steve Nash has 0 championships.
How many does LeBron
Don't
have?
get me started on that. Okay. Anyways.
Okay, but here's something crazy, Trey. I know you think LeBron's the GOAT, but tell me who your favorite player has always been, because I want to correlate his story with yours.
My favorite player has always been Kevin Love, and so that's why I'm a Timberwolves fan.
Trey's a big Timberwolves fan, and Kevin Love and Trey Moses are the 2 pioneers. Kevin Love in the NBA, Trey Moses in the NCAA that started talking about this way back in the day before it was something we started talking about. So really cool. Good for you, Trey. I love you, bro.
Thanks, Dad. I love you too.
Dustin's been
And Trey
bragging.
called me dad. Thank you.
Dustin's been bragging about giving you an H in a game of horse one time. Is that true or is that not true?
I think it is true, but I think before this, when you guys were talking, he tried to say he won, and I don't remember you winning.
I just made that up, but we are definitely playing when you come down. So we're going to get you in touch with some high schools. We'll make that happen.
And
Would you?
Sorry.
No, go ahead, bud.
From the chat. Trent said, "Tell us the Kobe story." Do you have a Kobe story? Or is that a joke?
I'm not telling that Kobe story that I think he's talking about.
All right, let me ask you this, Trey. Have you ever gone viral?
Yeah, I've gone viral. I asked a girl who has Down syndrome to prom my senior year,
In high school?
using Taylor Swift lyrics, and it went super viral. We were on front page of like Yahoo Sports, CNN News, all the local news stations. And we got a call from the Ellen Show. We didn't end up going on, but we got a call. So yeah, I went pretty viral there. And then a girl asked Ellie if she wanted tickets to Taylor Swift, and this was when she came to Louisville, and Ellie was like, of course, and then asked me to go with her. I was like, sure, like I guess I'll go. And I thought it was gonna be like, you get free tickets. You think you're gonna be upstairs watching it with God himself, and we were actually like front row of the pit, like 5 feet away from Taylor Swift.
Oh my goodness.
And it was crazy. The whole experience going viral was, that whole thing was crazy too. And she loved the everything she got from going viral, all the interviews she did and things like that. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's huge. I hate to say this after that. That's an awesome story. So you've always had a big heart, is what I hear. My dad commented and said LeBron's a bitch. I'm sorry, I had to say that. That's what my dad said. Please don't hold that against him. We ain't supposed to cuss on here, but
I'm fixing to tag LeBron James just so he can see Howard's little message.
I hope he makes it. I hope LeBron makes it here better than he makes it in the fourth quarter. Anyway, so bypassing.
Can I say something?
No, he's amazing. And
He's amazing.
he's an amazing role model too. I will give him. He's never
He's
in
a
trouble.
way better person than Michael Jordan ever was. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Michael Jordan seems a little, Anyways, thank you so much, Lisa Nairn, for the 200 stars. I
Yes.
still don't know how to get the money off this Facebook
We got
account.
$43,000 worth of
Yeah,
stars.
I know. They want my tax info.
And the
I'm scared I'm
election.
going to get hacked. I don't know what that
What a
is.
nightmare.
But Trey, one more time,
I gotta go ahead.
one more time, plug your nonprofit.
So it's called 24 Reasons. We are on Instagram at 24 reasons __. You can go to our website, 24reasons.org. Facebook is just 24 reasons, just a 24. So yeah.
Okay, and I'm glad you said that you didn't want questions up front. So now we're going to ask you some trigonometry questions. Do you have a notebook? I'm kidding. Sorry, Dustin.
First off, we can go to English and learn how to say
English?
trigonometry.
English.
Trigonometry.
Man said English. Justin, we got to wrap it up. We got to.
Okay, how long we got? My bad, Scotty. So Trey doesn't know LeBron, but twice a year Trey will like send a picture or a video, and like 2 years ago it was Trey and Kendrick Lamar.
J. Cole,
Earlier
not
this
Kendrick
year,
Lamar.
last year it was you backing down Carl Anthony Towns at a YMCA. 2 weeks ago you were playing in D'Angelo Russell's charity ball game. Like who's the coolest celebrity in your eyes that you've met?
Wow. I think it's got to be Carl Anthony Towns. Like that's someone who is on the Timberwolves, someone I look up to. He was super personable, gave me his phone number, never texted back, but at least gave me his phone number. So he probably gave me a fake one. And then Terrence McKinney, who's actually in the UFC now. I had him for my celebrity game, and he was like, I wasn't expecting him to be as cool as he was. Like he was just awesome. He had a ton of fun. He was super personable with everyone. So that was just an aspect of him that I just really wasn't expecting. He's actually living in Florida now.
Really?
And
I think he's in Tampa.
Another friend of yours, Chance the Rapper.
Oh yeah, Chance. Yeah, Chance was probably the coolest actually.
oh, that's cool. I like Chance. And another shout out to Howard Nairn for sending 500 stars.
My goodness.
Yeah, and
And
so
Howard can shoot basketball too.
yeah, Howard can't. That's my dad. He used to. I've never beat him. He won't play me now because he's 65 and he knows what I'll do to him now. But I got a bad back, anyways. But Big-
These are two Georgia Bulldog fans, and Ball State went to Georgia last year and
got
y'all
the
put up
shit
3
beat out
points
of
on
them.
Georgia, remember that?
Yeah.
45-3 final
What? Georgia?
versus Ball State.
one more question. If you do see Kendrick Lamar again, ask him if he cannot sing that song anymore. I'm about to have to change my name.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't even Kendrick Lamar. Dustin just thinks that all rappers look alike. It was actually it was
We'll
actually
get into
J.
that
Cole.
later. That's deeper than what.
It was J. Cole.
Indiana boys are.
It was J. Cole.
Damn, J.
even
Cole.
cooler. Okay. But yeah, so we can't wait to see you when you come down, Trey. We'll definitely set something up.
I can't wait, but I'm not going to stand next to you.
Is there anything you want to say, Trey? Is there anything you want to say to people that might be struggling, maybe don't want to be here no more, don't feel right, depressed, anxious? Anything you want to say?
One of the main things I always say is it's okay not to be okay because it's better than not being here. I think it's okay to understand that when you're sad, when you're upset, when you're frustrated, depressed, like it is okay and things will get better. And I've fallen victim to not feeling like things would get better at any point. But I think it's it's important to, I've also always said not everyone needs to know just a few good people. So just surrounding yourself by the people that you love and care about and that you know love and care about you. I think both of those ideas and ideologies are important with in terms of moving forward and pushing through what we're going through.
And it's okay not to be okay. That's been your thing for a long time. But my
Mhm.
favorite, and I've had the shirt, you know that. My favorite saying that you've had is highs save lives. What's that mean to you?
So yeah, so I was told a story about one of my friends. He told me the story where someone said hi to someone on the bus. That person then came back later to that person was just like, I want you to know that um, because you said hi to me, like I was on my way to home to basically end my life. Like I didn't think anyone noticed me or anything. So like that hi saved my life. And I kind of wanted to just start this thing of like highs save lives because so many people go through life like feeling unnoticed and not feeling like people care. And I think just one hi, one how are you, one acknowledgement towards another person could truly like change their day, change the trajectory of their life, change all these different aspects that we may not often notice or see. So like I try to say hi to people when even if I don't know them, try to just ask, how are you? And, a lot of times people, how are you? Oh, they'll just say good, like, how are you? Like, whatever. But it's just like trying to notice people and try to be there for people without truly being there in a sense of sitting down, having a talk, but just trying to make it known that they do matter in a sense. And that just because I'm passing you in a target, like I'm saying hi to you, and I don't expect that to make your day, but if it does make your day, if it changes the trajectory of your life, like then that's everything. Like I think we as people just need that sometimes.
Man.
Trey, don't ever give me your number because Dustin gave me his number and I call him and we talk business every day. And I make sure I get Dustin's butt moving along. Like, dude, let's go. We got to do some things. You can't just sit here and be stagnant. And if you ever need that, Trey, I will call you and support you. My goal is to be a motivational speaker because I feel, again, like I feel it, man. And being transparent with that is huge of what you're doing.
Can I give him your number, Trey?
Yeah, because I know Dustin doesn't use it, so I know that you'll actually use it.
Yeah,
So.
That's a lie. And you better tell the truth right now.
Trey, just this
Don't
morning,
touch the mic,
just this
please.
morning,
Stop touching
I got something
Well,
important to say about God, and you're arguing about a microphone.
Well, let go of
Is
it.
this
Go.
important?
No, just
Okay.
say it.
Trey, when this morning while I was driving, man, I sent you that video. You were just heavy on my heart, man. And again, what you're doing. And so we were really appreciative, dude. It's Kanye West's mom talking about what Kanye's was doing for a generation. And you're doing the same thing, man. It's more than just you and Zach. It's the world. And so you're doing a great thing, man. Again, we appreciate having you. We've been blessed to hear your story. Don't stop. Keep going. I'll call and bug you a lot. I'm
No.
very good at it, so I believe in you, man.
All good. Scotty, I need you to call me sometime too, though.
I'll give Scotty your
I
number.
will.
Too.
Give me.
They all
I
golf
love
too,
what
Trey.
you're doing. I mean, to take your experience and to pass it on, because there's people all over that's going through things and scared to come out and say I need help. Business owners or the worst, they will not say they need help.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's prideful. I don't know what you would call. It's scared to me. If I have stuff going on, I'm scared. But I appreciate you, and I see the things you're doing, and all better yet, it's going to get better and better and better for you. You're going to reach more people. These are words of life right here. You're going to meet and demonstrate to people that they can make it.
My bad.
Hold on. You laughed
I ain't
on him
never heard
a
you
thing.
preach. No, you're
And
killing
no,
me.
Let me
I
say
can
this.
feel it on him. I
Scotty,
can see it.
Scotty doesn't own a cell phone. He uses Pony Express, so it might take a few days for him to reach you or message in a bottle. Let us know what you prefer.
But I'm sorry. Say that one more time, Scotty. That was
What?
really
No,
important. He's gonna do what?
No, we can't
With
go
his-
back.
Okay.
It's time, Trey.
Trey, we love you,
appreciate
dude.
brother. Peace, dude. We love you. We appreciate
Love
it.
you guys,
Shout out to
too.
Zach.
Hey, and our
Stick around,
viewers,
Zach Holliday.
we love
Tag his
y'all
mom, Trey,
to our
please.
viewers.
This,
yeah,
this is
Zach.
the 2-4.
Yeah,
Clap it out. Clap it out as we end.